we don't get or I should say, I don't get a whole lot of viewers in the first like 15 minutes anyway. So everybody is, still kind of doing their Saturday thing until about 9:15, 9:30 usually. Which is one of the reasons I didn't like. I know we were both kind of ready at like quarter till. I was like, I'm not gonna bother starting. Nobody's here. Um, so yeah, I was just talking about the ships. So yeah, the Orion size 2, which helps it take fewer hits from mostly the larger guns. Light guns, are still going to hit it pretty decently. But the heavy guns have a little bit more trouble hitting it, which is a very nice buff, especially because the Orion features 6 light guns itself. So it really likes being way out on the edge of the gun range. And that's one of the reasons I actually kind of wanted to hit this with the PvP, because I think you and Ricardo had both been doing PvE campaign stuff. When I streamed on Slytherin Group, Brembo Days wanted me to do the PvE, and it was like, I know everybody wants to see the new ships in action. Like, everybody wants to see them. And so, yeah, it had to be, we had to do some PvP, get these things out, let people see them, because they're really great.
Well, we're going to see how things go, because I don't, like you say, I don't do PvP very often. So
right.
This is going to be a bit of fun for me.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not super high pressure.
It's more about the new ships and what they can bring to the table,
as opposed just showing off the new stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
as opposed
the
to
fleets I've outlined
literally
are
kicking my butt.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone should feel bad about losing to me. Like, I just won the tournament. Like,
yeah, I think I was about
you
to
should
say,
never feel bad about that.
I keep tracking the Discord. I know what you did. You just won the tournament, okay? So
yeah. Like, you should definitely celebrate for beating me, but you definitely shouldn't feel bad for losing. And I try not to keep like every match like, oh, we're gonna be super competitive.
So can you give me a kind of background on the Defender then?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention one other thing about the Orion. The guns, actually 2 things. The guns are all on top, which is a bigger buff from the Adamant than it sounds, because it means that it can shoot while chasing or running away from a target, which the Adamant can't do nearly as well.
No, the Adamant's engine cluster at the back is huge for the size of the ship. So which means if you turn away, you have no firing at all.
Right. And of course, it's got very little nose armor, so, not only can it not shoot when it's chasing things, but it's also more likely to take hull damage, and that hull damage is going to knock out the hangar impeding its squadron. So, it's just generally not a super great situation for the Adamant. The other thing that the Orion has, besides obviously the stealth goes without saying, is it has a bonus salvo size of 25%, which means that it will get 2 or 3 extra torpedoes out. It will get an extra guided missile out. It will get an extra armor-piercing missile out, which is a nice little buff to kind of help it hit a little harder. Obviously, this fleet I've got showing right now has the EMP generator.
See, I can't see you.
Yeah. So the Defender.
Where are you on? Are you on Twitch?
Yes, I am on Twitch. Twitch.tv/SgtZdog. SgtZdog.
Let's get over there then, and then I can pull you up as well.
So the Defender. I mean, first of all, props to them getting the actual rights to this ship and the creator, whose name eludes me at the moment because I'm terrible with names, but the creator actually getting credit for this ship. In fact, actually, I do want to, because this guy never gets credit. So let me pull up our thing, and actually, Todd Boyce is the one who designed the Defender. So yeah, this is, it's such an excellent, very BSG looking ship.
Yeah.
In a world where so many of the Fanon ships only sort of look like it, they're really kind of over the top, and this one doesn't look over the top while still looking very in-setting. And they've done an excellent job with the recreation. So the Defender, as we can see, features one squadron, a fighter squadron, though obviously, like always, you can put support squadrons in it.
Yep.
The hangar slot is better than the Colonial average. I want to say it's like 28 evasion, 30 evasion. We'll check it when we get in game.
Yep.
It has some bottom mediums and broadside PDCs. Balancing this out is the fact that its armor is not as thick as an adamant, and it has less gun range. So it doesn't really want to go toe-to-toe itself. However, it does have the ability to provide Colonial Marines to other friendly ships out of its own complement. And there's actually some tricks we can do with that I'll show off here in a moment, because they're entertaining.
Do you want me to start as
yeah, if you want to host up a match, I'll come join in just a moment. The Defender has flak in, matching with those PDCs, which is cool. It's nice seeing a lighter weight ship get some flak. And especially one at that price point. Like, that's,
yeah, it's not exactly
just
cheap.
under half the price of an Artemis, and you can get flak out of it. Awesome.
Oh, for early game, especially if you can get it with like the Berserk and an Adamant, you can use it for kind of protection against missiles while they actually do the damage.
Early game, I assume you mean the campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah, so early game it won't show up because all the ships are obviously only available once you get to a DLC that has them. So, Resurrection ships aren't available until you get to the Resurrection DLC.
Yeah, no.
And so that means that, this won't show up until you get to the second Season 2 campaign. And in the blueprint screen, at least, the Defender shows up after the Orion. So I'm guessing that means it's unlocked after the Orion. However, the Defender is a support ship like the Celestra, so you may still decide that you want to bring one of these along instead of the Celestra, especially because you also have, Jupiter 2s have been unlocked the whole campaign because they were from Resurrection, and they have lots of armor, so you may not want to bring the Celestra around for the extra armor just because it's not as needed. And, this can fit in that support slot. It also has a repair bay similar to the Gorgons, where it can take one squadron from any ship and repair it up quite a bit faster than the base value on other ships. Let's see, it has the flak. Yeah. Oh, and then it has the ability to boost the subsystems of another ship, which is really nice. Yeah. It's a lot like the freighter in the Anabasis run.
Yes, but my nightmare, yes.
Yeah. However, unlike the freighter in Anabasis, it doesn't have like an energy meter that'll deplete, and then the boosting Raptor will have to go back, recharge, and then go back out to the ship you want it to boost. No, this thing can just stay there, and and stay there and for as long as you want. You can switch around what subsystem you want it to boost. It is nice. It's very cool. I will host up a match here real quick.
So the Orion is like the poster boy, but the Defender really brings a lot of different things to the table.
It does. And of course, at 750 points, it's pretty affordable.
Yeah, it's about the same as an Adamant, that is.
Yeah, Adamant's also 750, and since the Adamant, quite often is going to bring torpedoes or something in that munition slot, will end up being more expensive.
Mm-hmm. But the Defender actually, if you could look at it like pound for pound, it actually brings more to the battle than the Adamant does, because you can do the boosting, you can repair.
It brings different things. I don't know that I'd say more, because the boosting is nice, but I don't know that that's the same amount of damage. Depending on how long the match goes, it'll be difficult for that to be the same amount of damage as what you can get out of even just guided missiles, because 20 guided missiles, 6 damage apiece, that's 120 damage you're throwing away.
Yeah, but if you look at it from a support standpoint.
Oh yeah, from a support standpoint, it is a much better support than the Adamant is, without a doubt.
No, I like that. That looks absolutely brilliant.
That repair bay is always nice. The better evasion on the squadron is nice. My only real complaint with it at the moment, I've got a match hosted up whenever you're ready. My only complaint with it at the moment is it's slower than an Artemis. Which...
What? How is that
possible? Right. So I'm hoping that Black Labs decides to boost its speed and make it faster than the Artemis. Like, it doesn't even need to be much faster. Like, even just a little bit. But right now, there's 2 ships that are slower than the Artemis that don't have flak. The Atlas and the Janus. Now, this makes a pretty solid escort for both of those ships still. So it's not worthless in that. But I would really like to see it be faster than the Artemis, just because that opens it up to being able to escort the Berserk, the Adamant, the Orion if you wanted to, the Ranger. Probably not a Manticore, but you could have it be nearer a Manticore as well. That really kind of opens up the options you can get out of it.
Keeps telling me my login's not complete yet.
Oh, just exit the game and come back in. That bug's been around for a while.
Okay, exiting game. Reloading. It's always fun.
And we've actually got a decent number of viewers here to see the chat. So now that people are here, I will drop the links to your YouTube and Twitch.
Okie dokie. I appreciate it.
And I will drop those again later at the end of the chat, or end of the stream. All right, so.
All right, you were going Colonial, correct?
Yeah, but if you want to go Colonial, go ahead and go Colonial.
I'll go Cylon.
Okay.
So everyone who's watching, this is me just showing ships, because if I try and actually take the Sarge on one-on-one, I'm gonna lose. Because if you just noticed, he won the tournament recently. So.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, let's do this.
God, what fleet's he choosing? What fleet's he choosing?
So the fleets I've laid out for these demonstrations, I've kitted them out as kind of something that someone might use something like this for a competitive match. Maybe not exactly this, but something like this. So they're reasonably solid fleets.
Cool.
I haven't used this one before. Like, I just set this one up before the stream, but the other 2 that I'll show off, I have used in other matches, and they seem to work pretty well.
Okay.
Confirmed.
So I'll, you know what, now that we're in
Launching
the actual
proximity
game
munitions.
and we can see these
What
ships in
people
greater
have.
detail. So the
Alright, so keep things
Defender...
Yeah, go for it, mate. Go.
Yeah, the Defender has 6 PDCs on each side, 4 on the pod and 2 up on the main hull, and then 4 bottom
Launch
medium
sequence
guns.
activated.
I just want to highlight that they're mediums. I know someone in the general
By
chat
your command.
had said, "Oh, it looks like they have heavy guns," and I responded in the chat that
Confirmed.
heavy guns have 2 barrels, not 1, and these only have 1. I don't know if anybody caught on to that or not.
No,
So I wanted to
didn't.
highlight that. Yeah. I really love the way these ships look, though. I mean, in terms of actual functional design. Oh, hey, how about them torpedoes? So this is kind of one of those weird, quirky things about this, about the Defender. It didn't really show off here because I wasn't looking at, didn't have the camera really close enough. The squadron on the Defender launches out the back and lands in the front.
Okay. I can get down with that.
Yeah, like, I'm okay with it, but it is very different, for sure.
Calculating.
It's got a little bit of a... Yeah.
Confirmed.
That's a little bit different, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what? I don't think got highlighted yet. Squadron groupings for fighters have gone up to 6 now.
Yeah, you've now got black and white squadrons as well.
Yeah.
And I really love the double-click select everything of the same type.
Yes.
That is really good, especially if you get into a late part of the fight and you've just got one particular ship that's just not been engaged yet, and it's coming in on your damaged fleet, and you can just go, all Vipers, attack that.
Yeah, and if people don't like that, because I know, you know, that's a lot of times double-clicking is how you kind of get around the map.
Yeah.
So if you don't like that, you can turn that off in the options.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I love it, so I'm going to keep it on.
Yeah, yeah, no, it is a pretty handy feature for the most part. That's an EMP mine. Oh no, that's a virus mine. Nice. Okay, yeah, we'll have to talk about that once.
Yeah, we'll talk about virus after the thing. It works against like Vipers and things, doesn't it?
And capital ships, really nice.
Really? I thought it only went after like.
No, the effects of the. Oh man, look at the Vipers just doing work there. It does excellent stuff. Oh, you know what? I forgot to show off things we can do.
Oh, you've got some like a little hornet's nest over there.
I do. And okay, so we've got this, and you know, I'm curious to see. I haven't tested this yet, so
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You've got to have at least 2 atlases in there.
Oh, you betcha. All right.
You've got 4 atlases. Look at how they're lined up in their formation. You've got 4 atlases in there. You sneaky
What?
little beak.
Me? I wouldn't. I would do that actually.
Yeah, you would. I've done it myself. 4 atlases. Yeah. Ow. Nice. I'm liking that. I'm not. I'm hating every second of it, but okay.
Right?
Calculating.
So, let's see.
All right.
We're gonna start with that.
Just realised I forgot to change one of my squadrons. Fun. And you've got so many of those squadrons that I am actually going to lose everything I've got in the air. Oh well. It's all fun.
I mean, this is, you know, with 4 Atlas plus more squadrons. Is the subsystem boost the same thing as the Marine reinforcements? No. They're 2 separate abilities. The Marine reinforcements basically just gives more defenders to the ship that you're reinforcing.
Yes.
It reduces the number of defenders on the number of defenders on the defender, the number of Marines on the defender, and gives those Marines to the ship that's being boarded. The number of Marines transferred is affected by the defender's armory stat. So yeah, I don't know if how much armor those Marines have is affected by the defender's armory or the ship that's boarded's armory.
I'll leave it.
So there is that. But it does mean that, like, you know, you can, you know, if one of your ships is boarded, you can give it a bunch of defending Marines with the defender and leave the boarded ship on full offensive, which is nice. Okay, so here's what I wanted to show off.
What do you want to show off?
Notice that these RFR Raptors, which are the reinforcement Raptors,
Yes.
still have movement commands.
Really?
So you don't have to use them
Calculating.
for boarding actions. You can send them off to go scout because they're still Raptors with 4 kilometers of radius range. Now, they don't have any guns. They can't board hostiles.
Confirmed.
They don't have the rockets. But you can still use them as scouts or to, like, psych out your enemy as just where are your squadrons? And how many do you have?
Yeah.
So there's some fun shenanigans you can play. The boosting Raptors don't have that. The effects of them don't stack. Can we even target the same?
And you've stealthed your ships, which means you've got at least one Orion in there somewhere.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
One of your ships has disappeared.
Okay, interesting. So a defender, if you have another defender supporting its fire control, will actually get just over 100% turret range. So running the 2 of them in pairs, they will offset each other's weaknesses.
5 minutes.
Which is an interesting thing to know. Because, of course, you also get the bonus accuracy out of it.
Activated.
You also get bonus munition salvo size, but they don't have munitions, so that doesn't matter. But that does mean that, you know, you can go full attack, have slightly more range than Colonials will normally get, I think. Probably actually about the same. It says 118. I'll have to check that here in a moment. But you'll definitely have more accuracy at 134. By contrast, if I look at the Atlas here, Oh yeah, 118, 118% range versus 116 on the Atlas. So you will just slightly end up with more range on a boosted defender versus the Colonial standard, which is cool.
Okay.
And then of course a lot more accuracy, 112 versus what was it, like 132 or whatever.
Okay.
So the virus mines are particularly nasty. In fact, do you have another one launching out already?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So the virus mines are the same debuff to squadrons as the war driver.
Yes.
Which means that they are really quite good. And here I want to highlight what I just did here. So Defender Flak, you'll notice it's not like super large like the Jupiters. But you know, it's
not exactly,
I don't know,
the biggest craft, though, is it? So.
Yeah, and it's probably, you know, down like about what you get somewhere between an Artemis and a Berserk. What's the weapon complement of the Orion? The Orion has 6 light guns on top, 25% larger munition salvo size. The munition fires every 4 turns. So same as an adamant or a manicore. But yeah, so the Orion's flag, not super large, but when you consider that the ship itself is pretty small, it ends up being able to protect itself pretty okay.
Confirmed.
Or protect it and friends pretty okay. Because, you know, like, you can do that sort of thing with the... I can't think and give orders at the same time. It never works. You can do that sort of thing with the Minerva, but of course the Minerva, you know, is going to block the shots of your own capitals, so...
Dire Knight, my fleet looks insane because I had literally thrown it together in 15 minutes.
You're fine.
Unfortunately, the Sarge and I spoke like 20 minutes before the stream went live.
Yeah, I didn't give you a whole lot of warning here.
It's fine, it's just one of those things, you know? It's great, I'm getting to play Battlestar Galactica, I don't care.
Yes, the Defender does indeed have black. Oh, hey, look at that. You even got 1 torpedo.
I actually got 1 torpedo through.
You did. 1 torpedo sinks through that flag field. Oh, it hurts.
In my defense, I missed every single shot as well because the...
Yeah, a lot of those went like right between all the ships, which is beautiful. I'm guessing you were aiming at the 2 bottom Atlas, it looks like.
I didn't really care, to be honest with you. I just wanted to hit something.
Yeah.
I was going for general area.
Confirmed. By your command.
Okay.
By your command.
So being able to use the RFR Raptors as like disposable scouts is really nice. The only downside, of course, is you are, expending like, what is that? A fifth of your, no, I'm sorry, a quarter of the Marines on your defender.
Yeah.
For each RFR that you send out that way. But it does have its advantages.
Indeed. I love this. My chat is saying, so how do we like Rivals odds? What odds?
Yeah.
The faith they have in me is amazing, isn't it?
It is. It's truly astounding.
He has odds.
We were taking bets? That seems foolish.
Squadron is offline.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Squadron is offline.
I'm going up against Viper 2s.
Yeah. So now that I've gotten one of these RFR Raptors in range of the virus mines, I can show off what they do. So they hack all capital ships within their range. All of them. This is the premier anti-stack of slow ships munition.
Yeah.
Like, you think EMP
You can't
mines
pancake
are
anymore.
bad. You can, but you better have something to keep those virus mines away from you.
Yeah, there's that.
Because
there is that.
Notice, these things do not have small bubbles.
No, they have massive bubbles. They'll take out the entire stack if you do it like that.
Right. And of course, with slow ships like an Atlas, if you get into the middle of this thing, like you get one dropped right on top of you, you're going to be stuck in it for a while because they are not fast ships. And of course, if you boost out of it, you drop your tech beta like nothing.
Yep.
And you're going to take at least some damage. So, like, in terms of, is it as bad the turn you get hit as an EMP mine? No. But when you throw in the fact that so many Cylon ships have rapid reload launchers, it means that they can just put virus mine on you, virus mine, and just bury you in these things. And it makes it so painful. And of course, that's on top of the debuff it applies to any squadrons in the range, which is the same as the war driver. And unlike a war driver, you can't kill these things. They're just there until they get turned off. Yes. So these things are really potent. It's one of the changes that I do hope Black Labs still decides to make, is making them disarmable by Raptors, sweepers, and war drivers after they've been activated. Just because right now, the only defense against these things is kill them before they finish arming. Or before they activate.
Otherwise, it's basically space denial.
Yeah. So like right now, we're in this gun battle, or this fighter battle. There's nothing I can do with it. That fighter battle has begun. If you drop a virus mine into this, my Viper 2s become worse than your Raider prototypes.
Did you notice the virus mine on its way?
Yeah, no, I did, for sure. Like, that is
I'm fairly sure it's going to impact on that area. Yeah.
So this is a huge get close to me at your own risk. It is a superb mine munition. Let's see, and I am gonna retarget my squadrons around there.
Oh boy, we're gonna have some fun here. So once the virus mines activate, you cannot shut them down.
There's
You can't disarm
currently no way to shut them down.
Right.
Now, I mean, of course, like scramblers, they will just run out of juice and go poof after however many turns. But right now, there's no way. Kratos and Argos, I was wondering if you had a Kratos. It did feel very Kratos-y.
Squadron is offline.
So,
all right.
one of the things
You're just
I want
outside. Damn it.
Yeah.
Calculating.
Yeah, but you'll have another one on your way soon.
I would never do such a thing. That would be mean and horrible and nasty, and I'm not setting one up now.
I mean, if you weren't setting one up, I would be wondering what you are doing. Like, what's he got going on here? Wait, can I? Oh, that's just weird.
What?
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so I have 2 defenders, right?
Yeah.
I can have the RFR Raptor recall to either defender because, of course, it has hit points that can be repaired by either defender's repair bay instead of just going back home. I have to wonder, will it restock its reinforcement marines?
Probably.
I hope not. That would be horribly exploitable. I mean, pretty edge casey on when you would do it, but it would be entertaining.
Oh, absolutely. It would be totally entertaining, but totally worth it as well. If you could do it, I mean, why wouldn't you?
And okay, interesting.
By your command. Calculating.
Now, I'm going to double check. I don't believe the posture 116.
Just going in.
12.
That way. And this is where all my raiders go poof.
Okay, yeah. So you can have multiple of the defender tech boosting raptors on a single ship, but they won't stack on a single subsystem.
Oh, right, okay. That kind of sucks, but at the same time, it makes sense. You don't want to.
Kratos with mines ain't worth it. Not when chain torps are a thing. I could probably. In most situations, the Kratos, you're really going to want to put the torps on it. However, torpedoes did get more expensive.
They did. They're not as cheap anymore.
Yeah, I've mentioned them. I've mentioned torpedoes several times, but I haven't actually highlighted that yet. Yeah, not as cheap as they were.
Yeah, they're not super expensive, but they did get more expensive. It does make an impact on designing fleets. Especially in multiplayer.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about it, just because it only really impacts when you have like boatloads. Is that a cluster nuke?
Squadron is offline.
You got on that? It is a cluster nuke. Awesome.
Yeah, I figured we should play at least one cluster nuke.
Oh yeah. They're nice.
Now all I have to do is actually get into visual range of something like this, and we're good.
Yeah.
Calculating.
Okay.
Which is why I guess that's.
Oh, I've cleaned up all your.
Oh yeah, you
cleaned up all your raiders that turn.
Yeah.
You still had like 4 left, didn't you?
Yep.
Well, alrighty then. And in exchange, I lost
think how
1.5.
How many squadrons of Vipers you had?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I had a lot for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's not much else I can do this turn, so it's a simple case of if you can get one of your ships in visual range of mine, I'll launch off this cluster nuke and we can see what it looks like.
Okay. That's fine. That'll actually let me highlight one.
Yeah.
Defender, anyway. So the Defender stealth, while we're waiting for this thing to get in range anyway.
Yeah.
The Defender stealth is based on its tech bay. So,
Arachne hull
full
compromised.
defensive lets it charge faster, charge the battery faster, and drain the battery faster. Boosting
Alright.
is the opposite. It will drain the battery faster and charge the battery. It's slower.
Okay, cluster nuke on its way to that defender that came out front.
This turn? Okay. So we're gonna do a thing here. Because this is funny that and it is the way it works, and people should be cognizant of this. Because it is a significant impact on how you need to deal with cluster nukes. Or just munitions in general with the Defender.
By your command.
You know, I haven't actually looked to see what is the base repair rate. So the squadron repair rate base value on a Defender, oh no, this is with it on full defensive already, is 180%.
Wow.
If you boost it with a Defender, what does that go? What is that at now? 210%. So double the default, more than double the default rate. An Atlas sits at 110%. I think it. Okay, max is at 132.
Oh, does it say that on my on my YouTube stream? So I'm playing Kerbal, does it? Whoops! Someone forgot to change it. It was 15 minutes setup. I'm sorry. Okay, here comes the cluster nuke.
So
Looks pretty much the same as a normal nuke
until it does that.
until it does that.
Now, why the reason those aren't going straight at my Orion is because I cloaked it back up.
Yeah.
Here's the catch. When you uncloak,
Yeah.
all the
They don't
guided
redirect, do they?
munitions, they will redirect.
Oh.
Even if they've gone down past the Orion, they'll all come zooming back. So, you can use cloak to avoid guided munitions. But
Only for a while.
yeah, do be careful.
Yeah, you can't see
now-
me. Oh boy, damn it.
Now, here's what that does mean. Is if you've got even like a halfway decent amount of battery, because of how fast basically all the guided munitions move, you can just, he fires them. You let them get like kind of close,
Yeah.
or even just cloak up right away, and then you cloak up, and you just sit in full defense, cloaked until the battery runs dry, and you let them get like 5 turns out, 3-4 turns out,
Yeah.
and then they have to spend all those turns coming back too.
Yeah. Which gives you a chance to recharge.
Right, which of course gives you, those same 5 turns to recharge back up. So you can still, avoid those munitions for a long time. And of course, while you're decloaked, you can set some Vipers to defend it, and they'll go chase down all those munitions and shoot them down. But yeah. Seth, you said I was saying Defender, but did I mean Orion? I don't remember which thing I was talking about when you asked that.
Yeah. That's the Orion down here. That's definitely the Orion. Ooh,
Yeah, the Orion is the thing with the cloak.
Yeah.
Defender has tech bay boosting and
Yeah.
or rather subsystem boosting and greens.
The Orion, doesn't it have like a more pointed nose sort of thing? Because this looks like a Defender shadow that I'm looking at here.
Nope, that's the Orion. This little stealthy boy,
yeah,
right underneath your fleet.
It says Orion, but the shadow that it's projecting is a Defender.
Nope, that's the Orion. At least it should be. I haven't. Let's see. You said you're streaming on YouTube at the moment or on Twitch?
No, I'm looking at your screen now. I've just clicked over. What's in front of your Atlas?
Oh, in front of my Atlas? Those are the Defenders.
Those are the Defenders. Okay, because they just look different then. Fair enough.
Yep. These are the Defenders with that underslung flight pod.
Right, got it. For some reason I thought that was the other way around. Okay, cool.
That nice cheap flak field.
It's a flak field that does its job. What more do you want?
It is. What it would look like if an Orion had an orbit of a dozen or 2 flights of missiles.
Take it off. I want to see these reorient and go back after you.
Yeah, and they all
go
straight in. Crunch, crunch.
Argos hull.
Oh my god, and it's still alive.
I first shot down enough of them to keep it alive. Oh, I love it. I love it.
That's brilliant. I like that though. That's a nice little feature because if you've got like very little in the way of battery left, you. Even if you go, no, just try it. No, that didn't work. Uh-oh.
So one of the things that makes the Orion a little bit more durable than you might think it is just based on its armor value is the fact that the top surface, which is where all those nukes just went, knocked out my armor there, is the armory subsystem, which means I don't really care. Like the adamant, engineering is on the left and right. So you've only got 30 armor there. You don't want to take a whole lot of hits, but it means that once your top armor gets shot through, whatevs. Like, you're going to take hull damage, but you still have your engineering subsystem boosting the durability of the ship.
Activated.
And you're not losing out on your fire control or your engineering.
Confirmed.
Which is those two and kind of the tech bay and navigation. You really need kind of all 4 of those. Obviously, having your hangar in good shape is nice because you do have that 1 squadron there. Okay, so you those Raptors I sent back made it back that turn, so they're at 4 of 8 right now. I am curious to see how long it takes them to get to like 7 of 8 or 8 of 8.
Well, it all depends on how quickly you actually end up killing me.
It's gonna take those Vipers a while to chew through that much. Like,
I don't know. You've got quite a few squadrons though.
I do. I love these 6 light guns that the Orion features. They're just pop, 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 pop. And this is actually a good opportunity to talk about the stealthing and when to do it with the Orion.
Yeah.
For reference on repair rates, the current fastest squadron repair rate is held by the Gorgon at 300%. Yes, it is. The Defender is not as fast as the Gorgon.
By your command.
But, it is, faster than what an Atlas can do for the Colonials by a decent margin. And it's something the Colonials couldn't do before at all. So, it's nice.
It's so nice not having any ships left. Takes all the pressure off.
Yeah. So I am cloaking up this.
You're gonna cloak the Orion, are you?
Orion. And people are going to see this isn't going to be quite as effective as you might think. Because, of course, they're still going to continue on in a regular ballistic trajectory. Which means that, the missiles that are close enough are still going to get hits.
Yes.
So that is something to be cautious of. So after 2 turns, that squadron that was down to 10 hit points and only 4 birds is now at 7 of 8 birds, which is not bad. I'm gonna give it 1 more turn and then I'll pop it out and we'll see how much 3 turns at 210% is able to repair.
Yeah.
I imagine it'll be pretty good. And you guys are all gonna come home and rearm your missiles.
Systems have been updated.
My Argos is going to die very, very quickly.
Repair sequence initiated.
Yeah, what the hell?
Argos hull compromised.
Wow. Still got some missiles that have just kind of gone off into the ether, but I think those were torpedoes.
Yeah, so those blue going off into the ether, those were the torpedoes, which some of them did actually hit, which was nice. That Argo survived the turn. That's nice.
Yeah, that was nice. I like that. Don't worry, it won't survive the next turn. It has like 35 health. It's dead.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I know why it survived. 1, it's only got like half my Vipers attacking it, but 2, I did the EMP generators, and so the Vipers spent most of that turn stunned.
Confirmed.
Don't worry, it's all fine.
Okay. Alright, so Viper's still only at 7 of 8. Well, let's go ahead and relaunch him and see how many hit points they recovered in 3 turns from 10.
That could actually be really interesting.
Argos hull compromised.
Oh no, the Argos is dying. No, don't die.
Kratos hull compromised.
Don't die, come back. Oh, who am I kidding?
Yeah, I mean that was pretty much gonna be a dead
By your command.
Argos.
Yeah.
Alright, and let's see, where is... There it is. Was I looking at...
You were looking at how much repair had been done to your fighters that all...
Either I
Crap, that
relaunched
launch.
the wrong one, or that turn that I launched it gave it enough hit points that it's now at full.
Oh, that's not too bad.
So, in 4 turns, it went from 10 hit points back all the way to 34. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
A reference on repair rates, by the way. Current fastest squadron repair rates held by the Gorgon at 300%.
Yes.
And Defender has the current fastest Colonial repair. Nice. That's kind of cool. 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 Alright, well, we're doing pretty well on view rates at the moment. I've got 20 people watching my streams.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we've got lots of people learning lots of new stuff about Battlestar Galactica Deadlock and its ships, and how not to be a Cylon.
Protocol compromised.
You can't see me.
No, it's not that. Your Vipers are taking down my torpedoes.
Oh, yeah. So, one of the things I'm noticing that I haven't taken the time to actually really look at before now is squadrons tasked to defend a cloaked Orion
Yes.
will not shoot down the munitions while it's cloaked.
Well, they just did.
Well, so right now I'm looking at it, and they're all doing their defend order on the Orion itself. They're not
Yep.
targeting all those guided missiles.
No, but the torpedoes that were coming in, they shot them down.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. I
Interesting.
just fired a full salvo from my base star. And they took
And they
them all
shut down
out.
those. Well, it's nice that they're, still pretending like they're productive members of society.
Yeah,
and all
still pretending.
that.
They're taking their time. They're just chilling out. It's like those missiles have gone past the target. We don't have to worry about those.
Yeah.
But these
Till they come
torpedoes,
back.
they're coming towards the target. Now, if they were actually like proper trained pilots, they'd probably go kill everything. But they're only productive members of society, so it's like, nah, we'll leave them.
I mean, I'm pretty okay with it. Like, those missiles are way faster than they are anyway. Like, they would just end up way out of position. Especially with that virus mine sitting there slowing them down, preventing them from
I
getting
have
to...
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I am liking the virus mines, I have to admit.
Oh, they are very nice. I do like them a lot.
I'm going to fire like one of my last virus mines. I'm going to drop it where the Orion is.
I believe it will actually hack the Orion. Even
It's
while
not that.
cloaked.
It's whether or not it turns off the stealth mode.
No, but if it chooses to say hack the tech bay,
Yeah.
I'll end up draining the battery even faster.
Cool. We'll have that.
And so
That
it
works.
can force me out of the cloak earlier.
Which in a tactical situation would be very useful.
Right.
But it's a dice
Hey,
roll
Ricardo.
basically as to whether or not it actually hits the tech bay or not. Because it just hacks one subsystem, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it's the same hacking as War Drivers, Phobos, and Nemesis do, but it'll target a random subsystem at a time. But you get 2-3 virus mines going on a target, and it's as bad as having 2 or 3 War Drivers going, and you can turn a target or again even a whole fleet, because unlike those, it'll do everything in that bubble.
Yeah. It's not targeting one target, it can target everything.
Yeah.
Which is why stacking ships will be something you don't want to do.
Not in range of these anyway.
No. As soon as you're in that range, spread out as far as you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got nothing else I can do, so...
Crater's hull compromised.
Yeah, the crater's hull is pretty much screwed, so can we just blow it up, please?
They're working on it.
Yeah,
And
they're
I got
taking
the
their
arcs.
time.
Well, I have like half the Vipers are set to defense.
Defend the Orion by any chance?
Yeah.
By your command.
Actually, I'm going to send you right down the middle. There you go. We're going to do that. Yeah. We've got a good battery on that Orion, though, haven't they? That's been like
So
3
when
turns?
you when it's in full defense, the battery recharges pretty, at a pretty good clip, and drains fairly slowly. So I've got it on full defense right now.
Yeah.
And it's draining at 1.25 per second.
Oh, wow.
You figure it turns 12 seconds, so
Yeah.
that's 15 seconds. I'm sorry, 15 loss per turn. Out of 100, that's 4 is 60, 6 is 90. So you're going almost 7 turns of cloak if you've got a full battery and you're on full defense.
Damn.
Yeah. Now, if you're going boost, it lasts just short of 2 turns.
That's still pretty good.
Oh yeah. And that does mean that what you can do is like go from a full battery,
Yep.
cloak up, boost at the enemy for those 2 turns, and then pop an EMP generator or a nuke.
Yeah.
Now, it may not survive that experience if your enemy fleet's got enough guns.
But still. That's going to cripple the enemy fleet for a few turns, which gives you
Oh yeah.
an opportunity to lay some serious pain on them.
Oh yeah.
And you're getting all the intel from what ships are in their fleet and everything, which gives you targeting information for missiles and nukes and all sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a valid tactic. It's an expensive tactic, but it's a valid tactic.
It is, and it's something you're probably only going to do with one. And I've got another fleet that I'll show that I have ran a few times, where I've got 2 of them, and I kind of skirmish with them in the same way I do, Adamants or Berserks.
Yeah.
And I think that is a much more reliable way to use them, because that long range takes advantage of their size 2, and hitting them with munitions becomes quite a bit more difficult, because then they can just pop the cloak.
Disappear, come back.
And unlike the Adamant, they can run straight away and still shoot at you.
Yeah.
Because it's top guns, not side guns. You've got 6 instead of 4, so it can do a decent bit more damage. And that extra munition salvo size means that they need to, they can get that extra missile out. Letting them, completely empty the magazine is just a little bit faster than the Adamant.
To those who don't know, you weren't here at the beginning, the Orion has a 25% boost to its missile salvos.
Yeah.
And it's
which means instead of 4 guided missiles or 4 AP missiles, you're getting out 5.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Extra damage, babe. All that extra damage.
And of course, it can do that without even boosting its posture. You can leave it on that neutral posture and still get that 5th missile out. Which is very
Crater's
nice.
hull compromised.
Nasty. Why hasn't your Orion died yet?
Why
is it
because
being mean and staying alive?
He's a cloaky buddy. He's a cloaky boy.
Cloaky boy.
Cloaky boy is cloaky and doesn't like to get shot at.
I don't know why. I'm very nice about it.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty beat up. He's at 17 hull,
complete.
no top armor, no left armor.
Look, I
He's
just
been
want to
a
get
very
one
good
kill, alright? That's all it is.
Kratos Hall
Just one.
compromised.
It's not much to ask.
That virus mine is very nicely positioned.
Is it? Well, I don't know what it's doing to you. I can't see.
It's nicely set up so that the
Calculating.
Vipers keep getting slowed down.
Oh,
Trying
and they
to-
can't take out the missiles before they get... Oh, I'm so sorry for him.
Are you though?
No.
Not even a little.
Not even... I mean, I'm just... No. Don't care.
Take it on the chin. All right. ARPs are rearmed, moving back in. I'm moving my Atlas in to.
I got nothing I can do. I've
Close
got
this out a
no
little
raiders
bit.
or anything. Can't even get close.
Kratos Hall compromised.
Oh, look
Oh,
at that.
stop
Just-
doing that, you
just-
mean. Give the Cylons a kill!
All right.
No, I'm upset now. I've got no missiles left, I don't think.
You have one virus mine. Oh no, your
My base star
Daystar still
has...
at 16.
Yeah, but it's like... trying desperately to... reload. It's just... What's the point? Just what's the point?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm all upset.
That's okay. I went ahead. I decided I'd be nice, and I uncloaked it.
It's too late now.
Well, all those missiles are going to come back on the left side.
Oh, your left side's
Oh, I'm
damaged
sorry.
then.
I uncloaked it and I retasked the Vipers.
Oh.
All those missiles are going to come back and hit the
One
left side.
kill! Yay!
Kratos Hall compromised.
Key Raj. Oh man, look at this swarm of missiles. Not a huge.
It. Yes! Oh, I now know why it's saying that I'm playing Kerbal Space Program. Okay, I now know why it's doing that.
Is that running in the background?
No, I'm running it through Restream so I can go on to Twitch and YouTube, and I forgot to default the YouTube stream to
Nice.
Galactica. Or Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. So it's yeah, it's on my base Restream account and basically saying, "Hi, you're playing this." No, I'm not.
Not quite.
Not quite. No. Right. I can change this. Don't worry, guys. I can change this.
Thank
I'm
you for the
multitasking.
follows, by the way. Tears of Destiny followed while I was offline yesterday. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, Capo DTC, and of course, thank you for the follow, Ricardo Gaming.
I do like Ricardo Gaming. He got to
Yes.
beat me to the live playthroughs of this.
Kratos Hall
Yeah,
compromised.
that's fair.
We got him on the same day. It's like, shucks, I'm
Yeah.
live streaming. But it was Subnautica below zero, so you know, I suppose I can.
Kratos unit offline.
Oh no, the Kratos is dead. Oh no.
Kratos is dead. The Kratos is dead. Doom, 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 doom.
What will we do? It's died.
Dead. The Kratos.
No need to be so
The
happy
shining
about it.
ship of Cylons. And that last virus mine. Die, virus mine.
The virus mine is lovely. You like the virus mine. Everyone likes the virus mine.
No, I do.
It's
I'm
brilliant
glad
piece
to
of tech.
see the Cylon get a mine that is worth bringing. Not have to bring, but worth bringing just all the time. There is not a Cylon fleet that won't benefit
Yeah,
from
I
a
agree.
virus mine.
It's definitely something that is useful.
Yeah. The only Cylon fleet that might not care about a virus mine would be like 6 Revenants, and what do you do with that 7th ship? You might not bother with a virus mine just because you're probably going to kill anything that you get close enough to anyway. But even then, it's still going to be useful because it'll, very nicely debuff squadrons. It can slow down faster ships that might be running away from you.
Yeah.
It's still a really solid option there, too.
Bye-bye, Kratos. You did absolutely nothing for us.
He got a couple of hits on this Viper squadron. It's down to 30 hit points.
Wow.
And I've got a couple other squadrons that are down to 32. This squadron that's somehow at 33, I guess that's a medium gun hit from me before I killed the Arachne.
Could you just hurry up and kill my base star, please?
I'm working on it. The ARP missiles are there. Oh, here I can even set up a target painting. Not that the size 4 target is very hard to hit for the Vipers.
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, it's a bit of a small target for the Vipers to hit.
Yeah.
Base star hull compromised.
There we go. I knocked out your hanger.
I do like the assault raptors. I love the assault raptors.
Oh yeah, they're super nice.
For the Colonials, I always bring them.
Yeah.
Always.
They are without a doubt kind of the go-to squadron for Colonials. I think if they make it so that virus mines are disarmable after they've activated,
Base star hull
we'll see a lot
compromised.
more sweepers and
Base star offline.
raptors brought in to disarm those. That
Oh,
Orion
look,
getting
I
top
lost.
damage.
I would just like to point
Yeah,
out
Ryan
the
really
rankings
shone.
here. Chief Petty Officer is me. Colonel is the Sarge. I think that
I've
pretty
got
much explains everything there.
I've played a few games.
And I gained 27 experience because I blew up one ship. Are you going to show the replay of the...
Oh, you know what? I hit proceed, but because of the host error, I can't exit yet anyway, so I will
That's
show
fine.
the play until it bails me out.
We're good. It's no problem. Fleets. Alright, okay. Am I going the other way now? Am I being a colonial fleet?
That is entirely up to you.
Right, okay, because I'm...
If
had a
you
bit of fun
are,
by
I will
playing-
play Cylons next so I can show off the Medusa.
Oh, that's a good idea. Right, I've still got to actually set together a fleet here, so...
It just exited me out.
Of course it did.
Yeah, I mean, it is a delay, but it's not like a huge delay. But that's fine. That wasn't... as entertaining as that battle was, I don't think we really needed to see the replay of it.
No, the replay of me getting my butt kicked constantly is never a good thing. Okay, chat, do you want a Jupiter Mark II? A Minerva? What do you want? I'm trying to foist off the impending defeat off onto the chat. They told me I had to use that. It's not my fault.
Yeah. They told me I had to run 2 Jupiter 2s and a Jupiter 1.
Exactly, you see? It's all their fault. It has nothing to do with me.
That's right. I really like that they made it so that the sound was stay going while you're all tapped out. It's so nice for streaming. Like, I've been streaming every Saturday this game, and it's just like, yeah, the sound's gonna cut out because I gotta all tap out real quick, guys. It's not the stream being buggy. It's the game. I can't do anything.
Listen, you can tell what my viewers are like. Minerva with Taipans, just nukes. There are other ships beside the Ranger that got cheaper.
Nothing else got cheaper besides the Ranger.
There you go.
The Atlas got more expensive, and
the Atlas only got 50 more expensive. It's not exactly like stupid money.
The Ranger went from, I think it was 1050 down to 950, and the Atlas went from 1050 up to 1100. Torpedoes got more expensive. They went from what, like 40 to 80, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Did nukes get cheaper? Hang on.
Do that. That's too much.
This is going to be something I have to look up in the patch notes.
You have to look it up. Disgraceful.
Yeah. Well, they're no. It looks like nukes didn't get changed in price. I think it was talked about. Maybe I don't remember. I'll talk about the cluster nukes in this next match.
Okay. Alright, I'm almost done. Hang on.
Oh, that's what I felt like.
I'm almost there.
No, you're fine.
How much is that? Oh, that's actually not too expensive. I'll go with that.
The Orion?
I was expecting something to be a lot more expensive than that.
Let's see. So, did you or Ricardo, did you guys, in your streams, were you testing out the Fleet Admiral difficulty?
No, I'm going to say Fleet Admiral because I'm going to do, and this is for everyone listening, I'm going to do, after the Ghost Fleet, I'm going to go back to the very beginning and do Fleet Admiral.
Do the whole thing in Fleet Admiral? Yeah.
All the way through, from beginning to end, the whole thing, just one big playthrough.
Yeah. I know I have been replaying, one of the other beta testers replayed the whole thing beginning to end on Fleet Admiral.
Alright.
It's a puppy! Oh, puppy got to go for a walk. He's got his harness on. Yeah. He's not actually a puppy, he's like 12, but...
Oh, okay. Your dog. I was like, puppy? Where?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's 5.5 pounds, so... Still more or less a puppy.
Alright, let's rock and roll this joint.
Let's do it. Alright, I should switch back to OBS. Alright, so I've got... Oh, I wanted to... That's right, I was gonna bring up...
Here we go.
The press kit document here, make sure I cover everything, because it serves as a handy checklist. But it's not a complete checklist. Let's see, so we got the Orion and the Defender. And I've got all of the Cylon new stuff in this fleet. So, yes, we're good. Okay, back to OBS. So, Medusa.
Where am I?
This thing
Alright.
has there 12 PDCs on front.
12 PDCs.
Which makes it the most PDCs
Understood.
on one facing of any ship in the game.
Wow.
It's got 4 up here at top, two pairs of 2, and then 2 clusters of 4 on the trunk. Which means squadrons getting in front of this thing can be pasted real quick. Because, of course, they're Cylon PDCs. They're not Colonial PDCs.
They're not Colonial PDCs. They actually hit things.
These things don't play. But probably what everyone's mostly going to be using this thing for is this RT PAM ability, where you can just check, hey, which ships do I want to boost? You can also scroll through the list and select or deselect, but it's probably easier to just check which ships do you want to boost, and then you hit OK. And what this does is it goes, okay, I'm going to give 20 of my processing power out to those ships, and it divides it out. So if you've got 5 ships, each one will get 4 of that power.
Yeah.
Now that's a nice boost in and of itself, but that's not the real advantage of this boost. There are some graphical glitches with this, guys, bear in mind. The real bonus of this is instead of having a max processing power of 30, it's now 34.
Right.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
And this means that you can do cool things like take this Cerberus here. I'm gonna tweak out its navigation. And then, of course, the Cerberus is mostly there for squadrons, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna buff its hangar all the way up.
Why wouldn't you?
Right. Why wouldn't you? So normally, a Cerberus can get to 30 evasion. Really nice, just shy of an Atlas. Maxed out, it's now 34. You're essentially the same evasion with Raiders as you are with Atlas Vipers now.
Yeah.
How's that?
That is pretty good, actually. That makes a big difference.
Right? It helps out. So there are some very nice things going on there. And this actually flips the equation on longest range. This gives Cylons a range of 6,600.
On traders?
No, gun range.
Oh.
Which means Cylons are back to having the longest range ships in the game.
Okie dokes. Cool.
Yeah, it's very shiny.
Yeah, shiny.
Other features of the Medusa, it does get a decent Tratus max of like 7,700, 8,700. So it's not the Cylon's best scout, but it is a pretty solid one. It has fair maneuverability, not great, but considering that it's a command ship sort of a thing, it's pretty solid still.
Yeah.
Its 2 munition slots do have the fast reload speed. However, if I put it at the 20 base, Yeah, that's the equivalent of neutral posture for Colonials is 20 processing power. We can see that the guns aren't quite as long ranged, and it actually has a penalty to munition salvo
Yes,
size.
Commander.
Which means that it is probably a better thing to put mines on than torpedoes or guided munitions. You can obviously do like nuke or cluster nuke, but that doesn't do a good job taking advantage of the fast reload of being able to fire every other turn.
Yeah.
But, you know, putting a couple of virus mines or a virus mine in a scrambler or, you know, common PCMs, things that where it's only going to fire one off anyway, that works out pretty nice on this thing. Do notice though, once you start using that RT PAM ability, you don't have a lot of processing power to play with on the Medusa itself.
No, you
It
don't.
ends up having, you know, especially if you want to start, you know, overclocking those subsystems up to 30, it's running pretty thin. Okay, that goes there. There. I do really like that squadrons aren't just revealed right out on turn one. It took some getting used to, but it does kind of mix things up. It means you have to go, okay, how am I going to play this? I can't just automatically decide right out.
Yeah, I noticed that on the campaign.
Yes.
It used to be turn one, they would just launch all their raiders, and then you'd have to wait maybe 2 or 3 turns until you actually saw their real number.
Condition 1,
right.
And you'd be like, oh, what's going on? But now it's just a case of, no, we're going to wait.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to make a decision about what you're going to do. I don't want to. Launch your raiders now.
Yeah, I mean, the AI has always trickled the raiders out.
Yeah.
But it is kind of, you know, you don't just get to know them all right out of the gate now. Which is a pretty significant difference. Shout out to Black Labs doing an excellent job giving us nice tooltips on everything.
Yes.
How long does it take to see squadron units? You'll see them just one turn later. It's just you won't see them the turn they launch is all. Unless of course you already have Dratus range out to that point, in which case they still show up right away. So, you know, it's not a huge thing, but it does mean, okay, if your opponent flushes his decks, you don't immediately know on turn one, oh, he's a carrier fleet, I need to charge him.
Yeah. It means you have to actually
you might still be able to figure it out. Doing. Yeah, you could probably still figure it out a lot of times, you know, based on, you know, the formation of his fleet, you know, what direction he moves everybody. But it's not just an automatic, oh, it's this.
Yeah.
You know, I should fire my torpedoes at that one, not that one, that sort of thing. You got to either wait that turn or think a lot more about it, which is it's a nice change.
Yeah, definitely makes things a bit more interesting.
All right, so see.
There is one thing I can say, and that's I can tell which ship's your Medusa.
Yes, yeah, the Medusa and the Orion stand out pretty firmly with those buff lines.
Those buff lines, yeah. I prefer it, you know, given the fact what those ships do. I
have no problem with
because
that.
it immediately goes, kill that.
Yeah, so the Medusa is definitely an excellent kill it early target,
yes,
without a doubt.
Yes, sir.
Just because that 4 extra points of max power is huge. It like cannot state enough just how big a deal that is. A nice little like graphical thing to how the squadrons pop up. I do like that they don't like all just blink on. They kind of like tip, you know, like you get them
like you're just picking them up on radar as they come out of the shadow of the big ships,
which is a very nice touch.
Yeah, they could have just gone next turn, bing.
Yeah,
have a heart attack. And now it's more of a staged heart attack. Like, how many? Oh my god. Oh, go ahead, make it stop. Oh, it's too much.
More.
Stop! God damn it, stop!
Yeah, it's a nice thematic detail that really helps bring us back into the setting, which I think is really important because, you know, a lot of the changes to the controls, like, you know, being able to double click and grab several ships at once, the multi-move, kind of brought this more to a gamified setting, and I wouldn't get rid of them. They're a great quality of life improvement, but they do kind of separate us back out from the setting, and so that individual squadrons popping in one at a time helps bring us back in.
Yeah.
And so it's a very nice touch.
I like it.
That was a big part of why borders were changed. Oh, hey, look at that. There's the deck flush.
Fighter squadron is taking fire.
Oops. Okay. So this looks... Honestly, this looks like you've got 3 Jupiter 1s. Now, this is 4 squadron? Or is one of these a Jupiter 2? I'm curious to see. All right, we're gonna have these guys actually come back here. Now, before people go getting ideas that with 12 PDCs, the Medusa can really start engaging capitals, its fire control is on front.
Yeah.
So
if you can do enough damage...
yeah, like, all 12 of its guns, using them... What are the changes to boarding? Yeah, I will answer that here on SgtZdog. You know, all 12 of the guns does end up being a decent bit of damage against squadrons, but pretty much any of the capitals are going to still be able to wail on it pretty hard.
Yes, sir.
And the 75 frontal armor is not bad. But once it's gone, you're going to lose your fire control too, and it won't be able to hit anything. Now, changes to boarding. So, boarders, you can no longer drop and go. You have to leave the boarding craft on board. Also, the number of boarders you have are controlled by the host ship's armory subsystem, so it's no longer just defenders are based on armory, boarders are also based on armory now. Which I have mixed feelings about.
It means you have to put yourself on massive defense in order to get the maximum out of your borders, doesn't it?
Right. Or like the Cerberus, it means that by the time I power navigation and hangar, I can only get one other subsystem, And now instead of being able to make it the fire control or the engineering, I have to make it the armor.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, you know, it's a difficult
Not
situation.
today, Fracker. Not today.
Frack, got him.
Target
Squadron has gone dark.
Give me manual controls now.
Ooh, haha, starting that defender, very nice.
On it, Commander.
Cool. Then we've got orders coming this way with the heavy raider squadrons.
I forgot there's that problem with this fleet. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do that. That cleans it up. Okay, you guys. Yep, that's good. And you guys. Yeah, go ahead and kill that off. No ARPs for you. They must
On it,
die.
Commander.
There are two other changes to boarding that I want to mention.
Switching zone to manual.
Oh, hey, two defenders.
Keep your target locked and watch for
Trigger zone detected.
If the
Woohoo!
ship that the boarders are currently on blows up, the boarding craft blows up with it.
All right.
I didn't kill that ARP, really? That's annoying.
Can you? No, you can't. Okay.
Oh,
Yes, virus mine.
Hello there, Mr. Orion, out of nowhere.
What? What? Mr. Orion out of nowhere. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You are.
What?
In radius range.
Oh, I'm in radius range, yeah. Easily.
Yes, Commander.
I meant of me.
Well, I'm technically in radius range. Not quite in radius range yet. So borders are on kind of a suicide mission now, Red. No, it just means that it's more. You have to be a bit more careful about how you do it.
Squadron has
Yeah,
gone
you
dark.
wanna pull them off before you actually blow up
I'm
the
hit.
ship.
I'm hit.
Now,
I'm hit.
I was
Watch your
going into. I said there were two changes. Here's the other one. The other change is that.
Oh, you took my repair bay offline. I can live with that.
So say we all.
Did I? No, not yet. I mean, it is hacking the engineering, but like that's gonna take a minute. The other change is Cylon borders, if they bring the CIC down to 0, won't blow up a Colonial ship anymore.
Ah! Well, what will they do?
They will still destroy all of the subsystems. They'll bring the CIC down to 0.
Yep.
They'll still do all of that. But if you want to kill the ship, you need to actually have a capital or the squadrons blow it up.
Understood.
Which, you know, is not the end of the world. And what do you got over here? You have the EMP generator. Yay! Not. Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sorry.
Are you, though?
No,
Are
not
ya?
in the slightest.
Yeah, I wouldn't be sorry either.
But no, those virus mines have evened out the fight.
Oh yeah, no, they're horrifying.
Because we
Horrifying
had,
little beasties.
I was doing quite well against your raiders. And then you drop those EMPs on top, and it was like, oh, bugger. Oh, those virus, sorry, I mean. Stop planning so hard. Let me win one.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna pass.
No, you're gonna lose.
Centurions have boarded a Battlestar.
God damn it, they got me.
Squadron has gone dark.
It's a good job that Battlestar is still on defense. Isn't it?
IFF confirms unit is hostile.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
You. Go defensive just in case.
Deploying Marines. Understood.
Reinforcements. How are we doing?
Oh, interesting here. Oh, that's right.
What?
I was like, your
Headline.
Vipers don't have any engine trails. Oh, right, they're stunned. They don't have any engines.
Nah.
Why are... I was just like, why are they in this weird, like...
We're not
wait?
moving.
Well, they're all kind of, like, disorganized, too.
Yeah.
It's because... Let's see if we can't set this up for a nice little screenshot here. There we go. There we go. And there we go. That is a command and control from the
Yes,
front.
Commander.
That's right. We lead from the front here. You put a fighter squadron in the defender's support slot and carry it over to the next jump in Anabasis. I have no idea. I think someone was going to test that, but I don't know if they ever got around to it.
Okay. I think I'm good.
Hostile unit identified.
Crunchy, 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 crunchy.
Bogey in my kill spot.
Ooh.
Get him,
Crunch,
get him,
crunch.
get him.
Lost an Orion, sir.
Yeah. Oh well.
So, one of the nice things about cluster nukes versus regular nukes that I want to highlight here that I don't know if people
Yes,
noticed.
Commander.
Cluster nukes, once they do their little split into the cluster, are quite a bit faster than regular nukes.
On it, Commander.
I think.
Yeah, the regular nukes just take forever.
Yeah. And before they split, they're the same speed as nukes. They don't get that nice high speed until they do their split. But like that can sometimes still be
System repairs underway.
enough.
So, guessing that this is a beta match, I would not be able to play one against you tonight.
No, because
Goddamn special
unfortunately,
permission.
yeah, unfortunately, since you're still under the NDA, you will not be able to. Which is,
Medusa? Oh, I have
regrettable,
no
but
idea what
true.
that is.
Let's see. Servers. You guys.
Well, I'm just gonna go back to the game I'm playing then.
Yep.
Ooh.
Deploying Marines. On it, Commander.
Cluster nukes are rather expensive.
Yeah, but not as expensive as you would expect.
I mean, 300 points is a very shiny penny.
Oh, very much so. Not arguing that at all. But compared to what they could be.
Yeah. That's...
I mean, we used to think that normal nukes in multiplayer were expensive.
Yeah. Don't need that, don't need that. I mean, they still are. But it does mean that cluster nukes are now. You're not just
Missiles
getting
incoming.
the ability to hit multiple targets and potentially,
Atlas is taking damage.
Yep.
even more damage. You're also getting,
Yes, Commander.
hey, no running away.
Squadron target is confirmed. Yes, sir. Understood.
Running, I'm merely tactically evaluating the situation.
That's right. Okay. Oh, of course, you've got all those defenders. Boarding is not going to work effectively against you. I do like there's the nice boarding party deceased.
Yes.
It's very nice. How many boarders are left over there? There's still 43.
Yeah, there's still 43 borders on there. Don't think there's much else I can do. I'm going to lose all my Vipers this turn.
This turn or the next, yeah. Let's see. There. So, I mean, you did not lose that firefight by a lot.
No. No, if you hadn't had those virus mines, I think I would have won that one.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Just proves the strength of virus mines, though.
They are very potent.
Yeah.
Having Atlases at the back of the fleet on offensive. I mean, if you don't need the maneuverability and use that for powerful boarding, you can. I mean, Raptors are only a debuff. And of course, you can't drop and go, so it's not like you can get that debuff permanently applied to a ship and just go, oh, good. Now that I've knocked out all of his defenders, I'm going to withdraw all my Raptors and, go do that on the next ship. Now, you have to leave at least one Raptor that still has Marines on board on the enemy ship, which makes it harder to board the next ship.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's definitely a thing you can do, but it's not like an automatic gimme.
I need flash reload now.
I just
Solution
realized
updated. Target acquisition made.
A Battlestar is being hacked.
They're in our
we know that.
subsystem, Captain.
Squadron has
I
gone
just-
dark.
You had it.
Flag
Nope.
up. Flag up. I always do that.
Whoopsie daisies.
I always do that. It's just one of those things I always seem to do, and I don't know why.
Spend so much time with your flag up.
Understood.
Actually, I didn't
turn it
spend
off,
that much time with my flag up this time. Oh my god, I still have 2 squadrons left. Oh!
Yeah,
They're
Raiders not the most lethal.
Understood.
You little legends. You managed to keep that up. Oh well.
Hacked up.
I think your heavy squadron's just hanging over my fleet.
Yes, sir.
Well, I just pulled them out, and I didn't want to do a straight recall, so I had them go straight up to avoid the flak. So what are you gonna get? Not that one. Is it this one? You have 2 Vipers. Where? Oh, the Orion is one of them.
Yes.
That makes sense. I was like, where's the other Viper hosted? Because I'm noticing that the Atlas that still has a Viper, I've hacked out the hangar already.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's dead.
I love these just wild Battlestar artillery shots at the heavy raiders.
Why not? You might get a hit.
We're gonna hammer the frackers
Yeah.
until they can't give back.
Squadron has gone dark.
They're breaching our firewalls.
Oh, I cleaned it up. I didn't even need to use that virus mine. Oh well.
Yes, sir.
I don't think I ever set these SERPs to focus fire.
On it, Commander.
Let's be careful not to run into the rocks.
On it, Commander.
So I can show off one of cool things we can do here. Do boarding parties restock when Raptors and Heavy Raiders return to a ship? Do they draw down boarders from the ship's defenders, or is it just one load of boarders per squadron per battle? No, they will restock upon returning. It does not draw from the defenders.
No. It's like a separate pool on its own.
Well, yeah, and a bottomless pool at that. So.
Yeah, it's awesome. Assuming you can do more than a couple of things.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And what you're seeing here, guys, is a better player than me.
If it makes you feel any better, I did
You're going easy.
by the thinnest of margins beat Waggle with this fleet. Now Waggle was also experimenting with a fleet as well, and when I say it was by the thinnest of margins, I mean I was down to my last Cerberus at like 30 hull chasing an Atlas. Like, it was the thinnest of margins.
Understood.
So, what I just did, and it's not necessarily super obvious here,
On it, Commander.
Black.
is I used the fact that the cluster nukes
Yes, sir.
will try and find a good midpoint to
Mhm.
target, or for when to separate. And so what I did is I had them target your Jupiter in the two defenders, and by targeting the Jupiter in the back,
Yeah.
they'll go a little bit higher up before separating, and it'll be easier for those cluster nukes to get over the flak of the defenders.
Cool.
So that's a thing you can do with the cluster nukes that kind of helps them out a little, helps them get around flak. Or, you
Yes,
know,
Commander.
if you're firing guided missiles at something,
Understood.
at the same time, it can draw the defenders or the Vipers or Raiders, you know, whatever. The defending squadrons off towards where those guided missiles are, while your cluster nukes are, you know, a few hundred meters off to the side. You get just that little bit of extra wiggle room in there.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably not going to make a difference, but it's one of those
It
things
might.
where every little bit of leeway you get yourself there counts.
Yes, absolutely.
We're just gonna continue punishing with the virus mines here.
Oh, you're
because
so kind.
I am a mean bully head.
I'm just so appreciative.
That's good. I'm glad you're appreciative. Glad you're able to appreciate this. Okay, destructive phase. So infinite marines ready and waiting to get thrown at the mean grinder. Yes, there are still infinite borders. You just can't drop and go. You can't drop your borders and then come back for another load right away. You have to
Wait for them to be
stick
destroyed.
around
Yeah.
and wait it out. Which, you know, I
It's not
don't.
right.
Defender is taking damage.
I'm not as
Missiles
big a fan of
incoming.
that,
Atlas is taking
admittedly.
damage. Defender down.
That ought to nicely soften up them fire controls.
Yeah, that would definitely do some damage. Yeah.
And how do you like this? Using Cerberus as gunships.
Oh, that's nice. I like it.
Okay, that's actually still doing the right thing.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, I mean, 3 heavy guns apiece. 9 heavy guns on a target between all 3 Cerberus.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
It does. It does. And, we can very much see just how badly those virus mines, stack up on a ship.
Oh, yes.
You've got this one Atlas that I haven't even shot at yet. The only damage it's taken has been like random stray shots from the fighter brawl.
Yeah.
But already its fire control is knocked out, its hangar is knocked out, its tech bay is trashed. This other one, okay, yeah, I knocked out the fire control using the cluster nukes. But, it's had its navigation trashed, its tech bay is trashed, its hangar is trashed. This Jupiter, which was barely in the virus mines at all, has taken just a little bit of hangar damage. Its armory is beat up.
Atlas is taking damage.
It is
Subsystem repairs are
painful.
complete.
Defender is taking damage.
You're going in for that ram. You do that.
Why not?
I can't think of a reason you should do it.
It's a laugh. And
I mean, when you've got a ship as
of
in
rambling-
as desperate trouble as that one is, you might as well.
Why not?
Let's.
Understood. Understood.
Defender is taking damage.
Atlas is taking damage.
Oh no, you knocked out the tech bay. Not the tech bay.
Yeah, the tech bay. I know, it's horrible, isn't it, when you knock out the tech bay? Why would anyone do that? That poor tech bay. So if you use the Medusa boost on just one ship, does that mean you can put 20 into that one ship?
Yes, exactly.
Ah.
You get all 20 power. It divides out across all the ships you're boosting, but if you're only boosting one, that one ship gets that
20
full 20
processing
power.
power.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it really is a case of most of the benefit you get is going to be from, that boost of the max, not the extra processing power itself.
Yeah.
It's that max processing power that lets you get just a little bit more evasion, a little bit more gun range and accuracy.
Yeah.
That's where most of that benefit comes.
So it's kind of pros and cons. You can put it all on one ship, but you'll probably get more benefit if you spread it out amongst many. Like you did with your putting it across the Cerberus.
It's very much a case of most of the time you're going to want to go, okay, I'm just going to target all the other ships in my fleet. because there is no limit to the number of ships it can target. The AI won't just do that. It'll only tag a few. But certainly, in PvP usage, tag them all.
Mm-hmm.
If you really don't want to tag something, you'd rather keep that concentration, go for it. If the power can't be divided evenly, say across 3 ships, is 18 distributed, is 21 distributed, or do 2 get 7 and 1 gets 6? I believe it'll do fractional points. So the UI will only show whole points.
But we'll do it in the background as fractionals.
Yeah, it'll do it in fractionals. And we can actually, so, you can see here, I can slightly tweak that navigation, and it only showed 25 the whole time, but the actual percentage numbers on the subsystem did change.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I did notice that earlier on. I was putting my fire control to 15, and only a couple of the others went down to 14.
We're
And things
taking
like
fire.
that. It was
Fire station is online.
fiddling things around.
yeah. This Medusa just dip, 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 dip.
Must get out of the way.
Oh, you shot out my armor. I can't buff that now. Make no mistake, folks. Jupiters still have lots of shoot.
Yeah, they do.
They're still gonna bang you up, but good.
Understood.
I don't think I've got anything else I can do right now. Yeah, we're almost dead anyway. What the hell? Let's have some fun.
You ramming with the Jupiter?
Centurions
Boom! There goes the
aboard
first
the
serve.
Battlestar. Atlas is taking damage.
It's worth noting.
Look, you've got it over the top.
I do.
You're gonna hit me from the top. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to flick-flack that. Jupiter
No.
Flag is pretty big, but
No, I don't think so. It's too high. Way too high.
yeah, I think that's probably gonna cook out.
Yes, sir. So say we all.
So we're just gonna take the hits. Hey, I've
Take it
taken
on
down
the
one of your
chin.
Cerberus. I am quite happy with this. I've taken down 1 ship in each fight. I'm okay. My ego is okay.
Is this what? Assuaged? Assuaged? I think it's assuaged.
I don't care. I've destroyed 2 ships. Alright, you gave me 1. But that's beside the point. I still got it.
I've lost all firing solutions.
Go on, hit those with those nukes. Come on.
Jupiter is taking damage.
Yes!
Atlas is taking damage.
We don't care. We do not care. Come on. Let's ram something else.
Oh, you want to ram? All right, we'll
No,
go
it's
for
too
the
late.
ram.
No, what's the point?
If you climb on neutral posture, so that you've got maximum climb.
I have.
You-
I've got navigation damage.
Is your nav knocked out? That's
Yeah.
funny.
Pretty much, it's down to 8. I'm repairing it, but
Well, repair and climb your best. We'll collide either this turn or next turn.
Yeah, you've got full armor. I think you're going to be fine.
On the bottom
It's your
anyway.
left side that's damaged. Your right side, your underneath is absolutely fine, as far as I can remember.
Yeah, 59 out of 60.
Atlas is
I mean,
taking
that is the
damage.
thinnest plate.
Not that the Atlas is going to survive anyway.
Yeah, it's. Hey, we did collide.
Yay!
They both
Oh, we
died.
took them both out. Oh, okay, cool. But I think the crux of that, you know, take out the Medusa because it did bonuses. But I think the real pivot
The
point in the whole
foster
fight was those virus
the
mines.
that it's bringing along are scary. Those PDCs will tear up your squadrons if you've got squadrons, or at least soften very nicely your squad. Yeah, it's definitely a good target to go after. You know, especially when you consider like it'll make the Argos that much harder to chase down.
Yeah.
Because it'll buff the Argos's base speed, plus also how far it can FTL jump. You know, how
But
far
no,
it can
I
do
think
its
the virus
tactical
mines are
jumps.
probably the biggest impact because of just the massive impact they can have on.
Oh yeah,
squadron
the
boss.
virus mines are devastating.
Absolutely.
They're very awesome. Oh, I forgot to hit replay before just going into the leave.
Yeah, let's watch me get killed again.
Yeah.
Deck
Well, I
condition
mean,
one. I
we
repeat,
can still
deck
enjoy some
condition one. This
replay
is not a drill.
while the game tidies up. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I did like the defender
phenomenal.
working that flank.
Set condition one. Route the ship.
There we go. We're back down already. That was actually pretty quick. So I've got at least one more fleet. Just kind of showing off how I envision using the defender.
I actually can't do another fight.
Can you not? Okay.
No, I've got a live stream in like an hour and a half, and I haven't eaten
Not
yet,
today,
so
Cracker.
You should eat.
Not
You
today.
I should eat. Otherwise, during that fight, I'm going to have a little tap on the door from Red Moog on my other half, and she will be going, "You got to eat, or when?"
Switching gun to manual.
Yeah.
Keep your
All
target
right.
locked and watch for clearance.
So thank you for
Thank you
inviting
very
me, though,
much.
Sarge. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. I'm sure all of our viewers, yours and mine, appreciate getting to see these new ships in action.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much.
Virus mines, people. Virus mines. Go after them with a vengeance. If you're using them, spam them. If you're not, and you're on the Colonial side, anything that's got virus mines on it, take it out quick.
Yes.
Shitty. It's not very silent. No, Seth, I'm sorry, but I am not a Centurion 128's a Cylon. Okay, I was just posing as a Cylon.
Yeah. And I am not actually a Cylon. That's may or may not be Waggle.
Yeah, might be Waggle. Yeah, we were talking. That was in the Discord earlier on, wasn't it? Whether or not he was a Cylon.
You know, we have neither confirmed nor denied that Waggle is a Cylon. It is still up for debate.
Yeah, we'll leave that one for any future evidence that comes up.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much again, Sarge. We should do this again. Definitely.
Yes, we definitely
It's a
should.
lot of fun. And if there's another DLC, which I'm hoping there will be in the future, just give me a shout. I will happily go through any of the new build stuff with you, where you can again kick my butt. But until next time, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. You lot take care of yourselves. Bye bye.
Yep. To viewers on my stream, I have dropped links to Rival Zone Gaming's Twitch and YouTube, so you should definitely check him out. He hits a lot of good things.
I've got all the DLC playthroughs for Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. From the very beginning, the base game, all the way through. Every time they released a DLC, I did a new playthrough.
Nice. Have you gone all the way through Ghost Fleet Offensive already?
I am
Or you're
working
still
on it.
working on
I've
that
done the first 3 videos. First 2 will be up today. Second one should already be up. And tomorrow I'll continue on with one a day. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be a fun day for me because I'm just going to be... Next playthrough. Come on, next video. Yeah. I just love Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. I really do. It's so much fun.
It is. I love it. It's great. All right, thanks again for joining.
No problem.
You should get out, go enjoy some food.
Food. You lot take care of yourselves.
See ya.
Bye bye.
All right.